Speaking of ISIS, they promised to raise the flag of Allah at the White House. So will ISIS make good on their threat by targeting one of the most vulnerable systems in America, and that is the electric grid? Our next guest says a terror attack on just a few transformers could have deadly consequences. Peter Pry is the executive director of the Task Force on National and Homeland Security, and he joins us right now. Peter, this has been done before already in Mexico by drug cartels, and your fear is they'll combine with ISIS to do something like this here?
Yes, exactly. The Knights Templar, which is a terrorist drug cartel, last year on October 27th blacked out part of the Mexican grid, put nearly 500,000 people in the dark so they could execute leaders opposed to the drug trade. So they've already got experience in attacking electric grids. Over the Labor Day weekend, ISIS was known to be in communication with certain criminal gangs in Juarez. You know, we don't know which ones. We know they were talking about coming across the border to to do some kind of an attack, some kind of mischief, and the border is completely open and unprotected.
What do you think the attraction would be to have a drug cartel team with the terrorist organization, being that they have different objectives, one to maximize profit, the other to spread a religious philosophy?
Well, actually, they have the same objectives in the sense that you just described. You know, ISIS is the most wealthy terrorist organization in the world, and the Knights Templars and these other criminal gangs will do anything for money. You know, the president's always saying he's got a phone and a pen. Well, ISIS has got a phone and a pen, too. And this would be much more convenient and something they could do much more immediately than having to infiltrate their own people using passports to come to this country. They could just call up these guys, use their pen to wire them $5 or $10 million and say, hey, go to Arizona or New Mexico or Minnesota or New York and do what you did last year in Mexico.
And to take out a grid, you want to physically take out a grid, or can electric pulse take out a grid? Would they be capable of doing the latter?
They would need a nuclear warhead to do that, and ISIS doesn't have that yet. Although North Korea will sell anything to anybody. North Korea's got nuclear weapons. In a longer-term threat, I would worry about that. ISIS has displayed that it has a ballistic missile. One of the concerns of the Congressional EMP Commission in which I served is that a terrorist organization might get hold of a nuclear missile from a rogue state and fire it from a freighter off our coast. Iran has practiced doing something like this. But the immediate threat I've been talking about lately is a physical sabotage attack like happened in the Metcalf Transformer substation last year on April 16th, which appears to have been some kind of a professional attack, according to the U.S. Navy SEALs.
All right, you've been warned. Let's bolster the security around that area. Peter Pry, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.